Good day, everyone. Norm Johnson here from Enchanted Fibers. You've seen the slideshow to this point in time where we've layered the silk and the alpaca fiber, the viscose, some bamboo, and then finalized it with the mohair that you see on here, the browns and the greens. So what I want to do today is just go through kind of the next steps. I have my water, my soap added to it, and I got my bubble sprayer. So we'll just go through and we're going to wet this down. When we get it wet down, we're going to cover it up and we'll start our felting process. I like to wet it down without covering it. You can kind of see where the fibers maybe have moved. I know there are approaches where you can cover it up with the mosquito netting and then wet it down, but this I get to see a little bit more how the fibers are coming together as they get wet. If I want to move some things around, I can. This water is just lukewarm water with the soap. I use liquid detergent. You can use olive soap if you want to. It's probably a recommendation by a lot of the master felters. But this works for us in our environment and in our process. You can see how it's going kind of from a 3D picture to more of a 2D picture. Everything is layered, laying down with the weight of the water. So the blue material that's on top of the table underneath the felted item is solar panel. It's for pools. It's a solar cloth. It's made just like bubble wrap, but has no seams or anything in it for the water to get out. So it comes in different sizes. I don't have to duct tape them together. So I'm going to just kind of check the edges as well. And smooth them up, because as you wet the fibers, they want to spread out a little bit. So just kind of go through along the edge and move your fibers in to the edge of your silk or to the edge of your pattern if your silk doesn't go all the way to the end. the fiber seems dry, just a little bit of water. Okay, so we've gone over the edges. So we just have a large piece of mosquito netting here. With the fibers being wet, I can kind of do this on my own. If they were dry, I would need some help. So we have it covered up. We'll start our felting process now. I'm going to use two different tools I have here. First one is one I get from Dharma. It's a ceramic piece. So Dharma Trading Company. That's where I get my silk. It's where I get this these nice little tools. They are ceramic, so if you drop them on the floor, they may break. And then we have this palm sander from Heartfelt Silks. Very nice tool. Has the ridges in it that you can see, and we'll work through against the bubble wrap as well. So I start with the one from Dharma, and just go along the edges. You can see the edges through the mosquito netting. Just kind of start to seal the edges with the silk. Just have a light rubbing action right now. I'll put more pressure on it here to go around. Now just kind of going with the edges, along it, 2 to 3 inches in. Process. It'll take maybe an hour to do this. Use these tools, go back and forth. Got through. Most of the fibers are completely wet now. We got them down, so we're going to migrate over to the bigger tool, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go back and forth. And notice I'll change directions, so we'll go north and south. east and west. Sometimes we'll go around in a circle, wax on, wax off. And this is a process where some people will use an electric sander. You can look up on YouTube, felting with an electric sander. You'll see different approaches to that. So I'm going to cut away and we'll work on this. And the process is the same for an hour, so I don't think you really want to watch that over and over and over. So we'll come back on here shortly. So again, we've been felting here using our palm sander from Heartfelt Silks, our little ceramic sander from Dharma Trading Post. So what we're going to do now is uncover this and we'll get ready to roll it up. Just pull mosquito netting back. See a lot of colors have integrated. Aside for now. Have a pool noodle, just like you'd use in the pool. And it's about, I think it's about 5 feet long. So we'll put it on the edge. We're going to roll this up. Old beach blanket. Roll this up. Put in the blanket. You can tie that bundle. There's different things. So what I'll do then is just put my hands on the outside edges. We're going to roll. We're going to do this a total of 300 to 400 times. And, we'll work our way hands in a little bit. We can use our elbows. Get it in a different position. We'll continue to roll. And we're going to do this 300 or 400 times. And we're going to turn it around and we'll undo this and we'll roll it back the other way. And we'll do that 300 or 400 times, as well. So we'll be rolling for probably another half hour or so, but we'll turn the video off now and we'll get our way to the rolling and we'll come back on here in a little while. So I've been rolling in the one direction, so I brought it to the end of the table here and I'm going to unroll it, peel it from the just continue to unroll it. Check the edges, kind of straighten them up as we go. looking pretty good. And so we're just going to come back to this end of the table, and we have our cool noodle, and then roll it opposite direction. Wrap it in our towel. And we'll roll this, 300-400 times, and we'll unpackage it again. So I'm done rolling, but I turned it over. What I'm going to do is, this is the silk side is up now, so I'm just going with my little ceramic tool, going over the edge, just to kind of even things out, work on straightening that up. Make sure the edges are adhering to the silk and you have the felting through it. So you may notice here that I have some a section about 5-6 inches wide, where I put some alpaca fiber down and the viscose, the bamboo and everything. So I laid all of that down before I put my silk down as a starting point. So now I can pull this over and have a collar on the vest that it will become, and it won't just be the color of this dyed silk. It will have the color that matches in with the other side. So if you're wondering where that came from, that was something that I did early on in the process. You don't have to do it. It just was something that we started doing. Have a more consistent view. So I'm going to continue to work on the edge. So we've worked on the edges. We're gonna pull it now. Just gonna put it into a pile. I'm just gonna kind of massage it. Get my towel here. Put that down. There's water stuff. Just kind of massage it. I like to do it with the silk side up, so you're not moving that, working that much on the fibers. And then you can take it, and we have it in a pile, and you just blow it on the table. Just trying to get the fibers to continue to felt and work together. Play the drums. I don't spend a lot of time on it like that, but so here we have, it's been felted, we've been rolled, we've folded it, We're going to take it to the sink and wash it, and then we'll lay it out to dry and we'll be finished. So as I said, we're going to wash this, so I have a sink of cold water and then a sink of hot water. So I'm going to just put it over. The hot water will help the fibers kind of relax and still kind of move around. This cold water I'm going to replace because it's kind of soapy from the initial wash. I tried washing a lot of the soap out, but you don't get it all. So. We'll put 2 or 3 inches of water in there. With the hot water, you may get a little bit of dye run if, like from the mohair things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let the hot water out as well. I'll put more hot water in here. We'll add a little bit of white vinegar to this. To help set the dye that maybe didn't set completely, in the mohair or in this initial silk. You'll start to see what it's going to look like. I have the mohair, you can see the blues, some of the golds, then you have the inside of the silk as well, so that'll be good. We'll just let that set in there for maybe an hour or two, so, the vest is finished here on the mannequin. Have our arms, armholes. Have the collar that I was talking about. And the back. Like leaving the open areas, just you get the color of the silk picked up and it's a little lighter, it's flowy. Hope you enjoyed the journey.